In this episode of Fictional Hangover, we talk about needing a soupçon or amuse-bouche of communication. How there is always time for cheese, and being powered by Bum Energy, who we are not sponsored by, in our discussion of Divergent by Veronica Roth. Hey everybody, welcome to Fictional Hangover, a podcast about books that is full of spoilers. Every week we discuss a different book in way too much juicy detail. I'm Amanda, powered by Bum Energy.
And I'm Claire. Today we're going to discuss Divergent by Veronica Roth. We are not sponsored by Bum Energy. But if you want to, go for it.
Please. I'm crying. Standard disclaimer. If you don't have the energy of a bum to read this book, please remember
Try drinking coffee.
Please remember that Fictional Hangover is all about spoilers. If you haven't read or listened and don't want to be spoiled, stop listening to us and go read or listen to the book or watch the movie, then come back. If you haven't done this but want to pretend that you have, or if you don't care about spoilers, or if you're powered by Bum Energy and you don't care about any of that, then listen up. Man, we would be so good if people would sponsor us about just throwing in random advertising.
We would advertise the heck out of things. But I will point out, for the people who aren't on our Patreon, please go to, patreon.com/Fictional Hangover to join it and actually see the video version.
Actually, this one is technically our book club. So everyone can see this one.
Okay, so go to Patreon. You don't have to actually give us any money, but please do so if you can, to see the videos. Amanda is drinking an energy drink called Bum Energy, which is hilarious. You need to Google it and then read the information about it, because that was brilliant. I feel like we need to have an episode just about that. So
it was a good story
energy.
On the side of the can.
I'm just powered by coffee.
Anyway.
Cheese. I've had a lot of cheese today. That's Divergent appropriate. So that's my background information.
Okay, good.
You can give me your background information.
Okay, I will. Powered by Bum Energy. No, okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop now.
We are literally not sponsored by them.
We're not. We're really not. I'm not selling their product.
Deal. Get in touch with us.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
And Waffle House, if you want to drop us a line as well.
Also, Waffle House. I will eat Waffle House while recording an episode. Okay, so we decided to cover these because, one, only book one was covered in the before times. Two, you haven't read them.
No.
And three, Veronica Roth has announced that she has a new book in this universe coming out in October. So we have to make sure that you're caught up and or refreshed by then, as we are wont to do.
Yes.
But then I actually went and grabbed some background information from 2011 as everyone shrivels and withers away into dust. This is from a Goodreads interview. And Goodreads member Sarah Spiegel asks, how did Miss Roth choose the qualities that defined the factions? Do the sum of the 5 factions describe a person who inspires her or someone society should strive to be like? And her response is, the world of Divergent is basically what I would come up with if someone asked me to create a utopia. A world in which everyone is focused on becoming good people sounds good to me. So I asked myself, what qualities would I pick if I were making this world? And I came up with the 5 factions. It was only as I wrote it that I was able to see how my so-called utopia was actually a dystopia. It forced people to become narrower, twisted versions of themselves, and they ripped each other apart. It was a really strange experience to realize that I would be a terrible god humbling, definitely. So yeah, dystopias. These were the rage when this book came out. So many dystopias, and you know what? I love them.
I do enjoy a dystopian. I think they're starting to come back in fashion a bit more as well, which is nice to see.
Yeah, excited about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So as we get into this one, my initial thoughts are what a joy it is for you to experience these books for the first time 15 years after they've been released.
Yeah. So, my initial thoughts are joy, in inverted commas. I did not enjoy the movie. So, I was not inspired to read the books. Because, when they came out, 2011, 2012, I was still a woman of a certain age at that point, so I wasn't the target audience. And I was probably really deep into my Regency smut at that point.
I see.
If it wasn't murder, it was Regency smut, so, this does not fall in either of those categories.
No.
So it probably wasn't on my radar.
Yeah.
But I did see the movie. I've seen it a couple of times. I've seen it at the cinema. I've seen it on the TV. It's not currently streaming on any of the services I have access to, so I haven't been able to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Did try last night, ended up watching the new Hannah Waddington Hit and Run TV series instead. That was very good.
Another great sponsorship.
Not sponsored, but do recommend. So, yeah. Okay, this one isn't too bad, I guess. But I have issues.
Yes. And see, I was afraid, and I'm sure we'll get into this a lot through the summary and when we discuss it. I was afraid of you reading it as someone reading it today.
Yes, I think that I am. But I kind of I like to think I have my issues with things. I'm critical of things, but then I'm going, am I just watching this? Am I just reading this through a 2026 lens of a more informed liberal mind than somebody who is a teenage target audience
15 years ago?
But 15 years ago. But then I also kind of think it doesn't necessarily still make it right.
No, there are a couple of things that I didn't love.
Yeah.
And I didn't
But overall,
love them then.
I didn't mind it.
Right,
no,
yes.
But I didn't mind it.
I quite enjoy book one. Anytime that I've discussed this book series, I mean, the first one is great. The second one is meh. And the third one, I've said many times on the show and with listeners and with superfans, I was on an airplane reading it and wanted to throw it out the window, which would also then kill everyone on board.
That is a good review. I like it. Please put that on Goodreads. Yeah, I've heard the warnings. So I will admit I went in with a little bit of a little bit apprehensive.
Yeah.
But the first book in the series is generally a good one.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to maintain it unless you've got, strong characters, strong concepts.
Yeah.
But we'll see how we'll go.
Yeah.
So far, not bad.
And I am excited to reread books 2 and 3 again because I haven't read them since we covered this in the before times.
Yes.
So I'm interested to see because that has been a good deal of time later.
Yes. And you've had a lot more books since then that you may be able to... It may affect your judgment call of them.
Yeah, so I'm excited to read them again. And maybe my opinion will change.
Let's see. Let's dive in and let's
dive in. Beatrice is getting a haircut, looking at herself in the mirror that she is only allowed to see a few times a year. She wonders why her mother, who would be beautiful if she didn't have to be so plain as to be forgettable because they are abnegation, doesn't reprimand her for being so vain and looking at herself, but her mother just smiles at their reflection. Today is the aptitude test that Beatrice and others in her school year who are 16 will take to assist in tomorrow's choosing day to determine which of the 5 factions, abnegation, erudite, candor, amity, and dauntless, they should decide to live in. She and her brother Caleb will both be participating in the ceremony because he's also still 16. They're not twins, though. He's a little bit older. I would say approximately 9 months older.
I went to school with 2 boys who everybody thought they were twins because they were in the same school year, but they weren't. They were literally 9 months apart. It was very confusing. Beatrice and Caleb ride a bus over the cracked and rutted streets of what was once Chicago to their school. Beatrice thinks that Caleb is better than she is, more selfless than she is, a better abnegation than she is. She didn't even think to give up her seat on the bus to a perfectly fit stranger. But, of course, Caleb did. They get to school and Beatrice gets bullied in her plain grey outfit and called a stiff. It seems that the students from the other factions are being meaner than usual to the abnegation, but that's probably because of the articles the leader of Erudite, Janine Matthews, has been releasing lately. Beatrice stares at the dauntless as they arrive, jumping off their train. I can't imagine jumping off a train in the morning to get to school.
No. It's too early in the day.
Seems like you would need some bum energy to do that.
You would need bum energy to jump off a train. It's perfect. Bum energy is the perfect drink to enjoy while reading Divergent.
Not sponsored.
No, we're not sponsored by Bum Energy. I do find it a little bit weird how much Beatrice, lusts after the Dauntless.
Oh, honestly, the drool. She needs to mop that up.
She does. And I struggle with this, having to give up your seat on public transit to a perfectly fit stranger. Nah, dog. You got there first.
Yeah.
You can sit. I would understand giving up my seat for someone who is differently abled, someone who is elderly. Maybe there's a mom with a gaggle of children or someone carrying a lot of shopping bags or something. There are times when, I would give up my seat, but not... I think this is just some random jerk from Candor. Nah. You can stand up and tell the truth.
No, it annoys me. It annoys me. It's as somebody who is actually registered disabled and has had to juggle a child on public transportation, and people haven't given their seats up for me. But then I'm too much of a... Am I too polite to say, can I have that seat? Because I don't know if they are disabled and their disability is hidden. I don't want to point to somebody and say, you need to give your seat up for me because I have a visible disability. You may not have one. And I think that's where I get confused with these type of situations. But if he's perfectly fit, your ass was in that seat first.
Yeah. Let's just say that Veronica Roth was right when she was describing her selections and then deciding, oh shit, I've created a dystopia.
Within the first chapter.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, it's finally time for testing to determine which of the 5 factions the 16-year-olds are best suited to live in for the rest of their lives. It's one of our favorite things from YA books. Children making life-altering decisions. Yeah. By enjoying bum energy. Okay, I've got to stop.
Oh my God.
I've got to stop. I really am going to stop doing it now.
You really aren't, because as soon as we get to the Dauntless section, it's going to be just pretty much...
It's going to be powered by bomb energy.
You just need to take a picture and just have it permanently on screen now.
Okay. The 16-year-old children are led to 10 rooms where they will be individually tested, but no one knows what the test is going to be like. A dauntless woman called Tori administers Beatrice's test. She is strapped up with electrodes connected by one to Tori and made to drink a strange liquid. Fuck.
Hold it up. Hold it up.
Bomb energy. When she opens her eyes after her drink, Beatrice has entered the test. I should have read ahead in that paragraph.
I was waiting for the penny to drop there. In a nondescript room, Beatrice sees a table with a knife and a block of cheese. And a voice says, choose. And Claire says, cheese.
Cheese! Why would you choose anything other than cheese?
Always choose cheese. Cheese or a knife. Cheese or a knife. Beatrice chooses by not choosing either. But then a snarling dog appears. Beatrice wishes she could have chosen in the first round as she thinks about how to approach a strange dog. Eventually, the dog comes to lick her face, so she must have done the right thing. A little girl appears then and startles the dog by shouting excitedly at it, and the dog runs to attack her. Beatrice tackles the dog to save the girl. Next, I would argue that Beatrice tackles the dog to save the dog from the girl.
Right, yes. Me. Yeah.
Next, Beatrice is on a bus. A creepy man on the bus is reading a newspaper and asks her if she knows the man in the article who is a murderer. She does know the man, but she lies and says she doesn't. Even when told her telling the truth will help the creepy man, her test is complete. What a weird test.
I personally don't understand, even when it's like explained, how this determines anything. Like,
no,
how are you?
Confused me.
How are you going to? Okay, like it's like would you rather? You know, when we come up with the would you rather questions, they have to like balance each other out. They have to make sense. Like, why would you choose? These are your two options, and these are your only two options. Why do you choose one or the other? And they have to match at least a little bit. Cheese and a knife are not the same.
No, they have to be either equally horrible or equally good.
They're not the same.
They're not the same.
Anyway, Tori leaves the testing room and returns, concerned, with inconclusive results. Beatrice didn't choose the cheese in the first test, so she's not Amity.
Oh.
Completely cleared.
Gone.
But she also didn't choose the knife either, which would have been a dauntless trait. She worked out what to do with the dog, which is a trait of erudite, and then she saved the girl from the dog, or the dog from the girl, which is a dauntless and abnegation trait. She lied to the creepy guy, which ruled out candor. That one I understand. Candor is all about telling the truth, and you lie immediately, so of course, cut.
Yes.
Beatrice has aptitude for abnegation, erudite, and dauntless, which makes her divergent.
Ooh.
Tori tells her to never tell anyone and sends her home early.
Oh. And then she does crosswords and every single answer is divergent.
No!
And then there's another puzzle and the answer is divergent.
No!
Like, I can't say the word, but it's the answer.
Damn it!
As she walks home, Beatrice is accosted by a factionless man. The factionless have failed out of their initiations to their chosen factions and don't belong anywhere and are left to live near homeless lives doing tasks that no one else, not even the abnegation, will do, like being janitors and garbage collectors and bus drivers. You know, the really important jobs that help society keep going. I would argue that is a faction. The useful faction.
Yeah. They're very important.
Yeah. Yeah.
At home, it is Beatrice's turn to prepare dinner. While they eat, the children are not allowed to speak unless asked. But Beatrice questions her father's bad day as he complains and is gently reprimanded by her mother. When they go to bed, Caleb tells her they should think of their families before going to his room, but also said they should think of themselves. Caleb is always selfless, but not this time.
Oh. Oh. The next day, the abnegation walked up 20 flights of stairs instead of just waiting for the elevator. Oh, God, no. No.
That also bothered me.
I'm out.
You can wait. You don't have to give up your spot in the elevator line and take the stairs. Eventually, people will stop riding the elevator.
Is it the Britishness or just the sensible in me that just goes, queue? Just queue. It won't take too long. It's literally going up and down fairly quickly. Just queue.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
And
you
it's
can
not
still
selfish.
Yeah, you can
it's
still
just practical.
Yeah, you can still be selfless and let people go ahead of you. You don't have to take the stairs.
Don't stop taking the stairs. I mean, if you really want to, because you're weird, then fine. I said, well, you're not weird. I do know people who like to take the stairs because that's how they get the steps in, etc., etc.
But not 20
I
flights.
would fall down. I would fall down.
I would say max 5.
Oh, at the very. I was thinking 3. Jeez. And even then, I'll probably pass out halfway through. Right, okay. This is going to boil our bum energy.
The energy to take 20 flights of stairs. Bum energy.
Not sponsored by Bum Energy. Okay,
We're not.
So the
We're really not.
So abdication of walking up these 20 flights of stairs caused lunacy instead of taking the elevator for the choosing ceremony. And Marcus, one of the abdication leaders, who some think is not a good leader because his son left abdication for Dauntless, gives a speech about the 5 factions and how they came about to oppose all the things wrong in the world before they choose by cutting their hands and bleeding into balls. This does not sound sanitary.
They each get their own fresh knife, though. They do not get any cheese.
I want cheese. I have a lot of cheese today as well. Anywho, the factions are erudite, who value knowledge and oppose ignorance. Abdication, who value selflessness and oppose greed and using elevators. Dauntless, who value bravery and oppose cowardice. Amity, who value peace and oppose aggression, and Candor, who value truth and oppose dishonesty. The candidates choose their factions in reverse alphabetical order, and Caleb chooses erudite, before Beatrice chooses Dauntless. Beatrice feels extreme guilt that their parents and abdication lost 2 that day to other factions. More.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be taking all the stairs, that's why. Well, to be fair, though, I mean, Dauntless could probably run up those stairs quite nicely.
Well, yeah. Especially because of the next thing that happens. Because there's no time to worry. There's no time to worry about your decision. The Dauntless run off, whooping raucously down the stairs that the abnegation selflessly climbed up before the ceremony. So it's cool for the Dauntless to use the stairs. But it's selfless for the abnegation.
Yeah, but it's going down, not up.
Oh,
There's a difference.
Okay,
yeah.
They run to the train tracks and have to jump on, or else be left behind, and immediately factionless. Only one initiate doesn't make it on the train. Beatrice jumps on, and a transfer initiate from Candor helps pull her all the way on board. She introduces herself as Christina.
Beatrice and Christina ride the train with the rest of the new Dauntless initiates. Most are Dauntless born, but a few are transfers like them. The ride to the Dauntless headquarters doesn't take too long, and soon enough they are jumping from the moving train under the roof of a building. Christina needing to hold Beatrice's hand in order to make the jump. One initiate refuses to jump, and another falls to her death on the ground below.
Wah, wah.
She should have taken her bum energy before jumping on the train. Not sponsored by Bum Energy.
No time to grieve. It's time to jump again, this time from the rooftop into the unknown. Max, a Dauntless leader, greets them and tells them they have to jump, and Beatrice, called a stiff by one of the Candor initiates, strips off her grey robes, throws them at the jerk boy, and jumps first. She lands on a net below and is held down by a young, handsome, dauntless guy. He asks her name, and not thinking Beatrice is accurate anymore, she calls herself Triss.
The transfers and Dauntless Born initiates split up here. The handsome guy called 4, yes, like the number, leads the transfers on a tour of the Dauntless compound, which is underground, hidden beneath the old city of Chicago. At lunch, Triss eats food she's never seen before. Something called a burger?
What?
What is
What?
this strange, flat piece of meat? Christina enjoys that Triss doesn't even know what a hamburger is, but soon the enjoyment is cut short when Eric, an asshat Dauntless leader that transferred from Erudite, sits next to 4 at their table. Eric questions 4 about not meeting up with Max for a new job, probably as another leader, but 4 is content where he is. Eric is a dick.
Eric is a dick.
He is. He doesn't drink bum energy.
He does not drink bum energy.
No.
At the end of the day, Eric takes over the tour and tells the transfers that their training starts the next day and that only the top 10 of the initiates will become Dauntless. There are 9 transfers and 11 Dauntless born, and only 10 make it? Shit, these are not good odds.
No.
I almost did it, but then I set it down. Triss is determined to be one of them. And, 3 already didn't make it by, one of them by literally dying. So that's something. That night, sleeping in a shared dorm room with the other 9 transfers is tough for Triss, but it's worse when all she can hear is another person crying all night. She should want to comfort them. But you know what? She's not abnegation anymore and doesn't have to.
You don't have to want to comfort somebody. It sounds awful, but, you're dealing with your own shit.
That's selfish. That's selfish, Claire.
It's not to put yourself forward first is not being selfish.
That's literally the definition of selfish.
It's not, because if you can't look after yourself, how the heck are you supposed to look after anybody else?
You can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. Or an empty can of bum energy.
You're doing it more than me now.
I know, I can't help it. We've latched.
I know. And we're not going to get anything for it.
Nope. Triss
Except
struggles
joy.
a bit.
Except joy.
Except joy.
And energy.
Joy. We're getting joy in this dystopian future. Triss struggles a bit on the first day of training, which involves shooting guns and learning fighting techniques because she's easily the smallest of all the initiates. But 4 gives her some tips to help. After the long day of shooting and punching and kicking, Triss, along with Christina, Will, a former erudite, and Al, another candor, all go to get tattoos and or piercings because that's what you do as a Dauntless. At the tattoo shop, Triss sees Tori, the Dauntless that administered her test, and told her she was Divergent. Shh, don't say it! Shh, don't say it. Triss wants to talk about that, but that's not a good idea. Shh. She gets 3 birds tattooed on her collarbone to represent her family.
Collarbone is an interesting choice.
Yeah.
That would hurt.
Yeah. But she's Dauntless, man.
She's Dauntless. She enjoys pain. Apparently. It's taken a turn already. The next day is physical fights between the initiates. But since there are only 9 transfers, one person gets to sit out. Luckily for her, Triss is the one who doesn't have to fight. Christina sees that she has to fight Molly, another candor, who is much bigger than she is. Will and Al fight each other, and since they've become friendly, they don't really want to fight, but Eric insists, because he's a dick. Al punches Will and knocks him out almost immediately because he's a big hulky guy, though he's also the person Triss heard crying the night before.
Oh. When it's time for Christina to fight Molly, Christina fights hard but ultimately concedes. Eric, in addition to being a dick, is also very controlling and petty and treats the initiates like absolute shit. When she concedes, Eric, because of being a dick, makes her dangle from the railing over a chasm with an underground river for 5 minutes to prove she's not a coward. I don't know how this proves that you're not a coward, it just proves you've got upper body strength.
Yeah.
Though difficult, Christina manages to hang on with Al and Tris cheering for her.
The next day, Tris has to fight, and unfortunately she's against Peter, the candor transfer, who is maybe literally the worst. That morning, he spray-painted stiff all over Tris's bed while she was in the shower, and while that is bad, it can be cleaned up. Their fight is much, much worse. Needless to say, Peter wins. As Tris is getting the shit beat out of her, she sees 4 leave the training room in disgust. That night, Tris is in a recovery ward, and Al tries to comfort her, but she doesn't want comfort from a whiny baby like Al, who pretended to be knocked out in his fight and spends all night crying every night. Maybe Al isn't cut out for Dauntless. Tris thinks he's a coward. And she's right.
The day after Tris's fight against Peter, Eric and Ford take the initiates on a field trip to the fields where the Amity live and work on the farm. A job of the Dauntless is to patrol the fencing around the city. But what are they keeping out? Or are they being kept in? There are more fights the next day, and Tris fights and wins against a girl called Myra. Before the fight starts, Ford tells Tris that she's fast and would win more fights if she struck first. She takes his advice and is successful, though she questions how he would even know that she's fast since he left during her fight with Peter. He says that fight was not something he wanted to watch.
I mean, I feel like I would be embarrassed to watch a guy beat the shit out of a girl.
Especially when they literally don't know how to fight yet.
Yeah. That's not cool. No. The next day, they head out into the city for a game of Capture the Flag and split up into teams. 4 chooses Tris, Christina, and Will, plus some other Dauntless-born initiates, and Eric chooses the meaty douchebags.
That's a good team name for them.
It is. It would be a good band name. Except for not. You don't want to be called a douchebag. That's not a good band name. I take it back.
Oh.
While everyone is bickering on where to hide their flag or how to capture the other teams, Tris climbs up the rusty Ferris wheel at Navy Pier to spot the other team. 4 follows, and Tris realizes he's terrified of heights, but he goes with her anyway, probably, she thinks, because he thinks she can't do it on her own. Tris sees the other team's flag, and after a harrowing climb back down, she directs her team on what to do next. Christina comes with her to the flag and pouts at Tris when they find it because Tris already showed off for that day. It's my turn. Christina claims the flag. On the way back to the Dauntless compound, Dauntless-born initiates Uriah and Marlene warm up to her while all the meaty douchebags glare at her schemingly. That's a fun sentence.
I want to glare at somebody schemingly.
Me too.
How do I do this? Since Tris is getting braver during knife throwing the next day, she stands up for Al against a bullying Eric and is then made to stand in front of a target while Ford throws knives at her head. He taunts her the whole time as if trying to get her to give up and make Al take the punishment instead, but she won't, so he purposely hits her ear with the last throw. She's upset, but doesn't realise that Ford actually saved her from being tormented by Eric.
After a shower the next morning, I hate this scene. Let's just go ahead and say it right now. After a shower the next morning, Tris realizes that because she's getting so buff and muscly with all the training, her pants no longer fit. So she heads to the dorm to get something to wear while only wrapped in a towel. Peter, Molly, and Drew are in the room when she enters, which is the exact last thing she wanted. Peter whips off her towel, and they all laugh at her mercilessly, mocking her small naked body. Not okay.
I hate it.
Hate it. Luckily, Triss has learned some self-control and grabs some clothes and leaves, making herself not cry. When she arrives in the training room for another day of fighting, she sees that she's paired against Molly. She was hoping for Peter, but Molly is good enough. Triss beats the absolute shit out of Molly, kicking her mercilessly in the ribs and face when she goes down. Four has to pull her off.
Four should not have pulled her off. Four should have left her to kick and punch her for a while. And then thrown Peter down, and she could have done the same thing. I hated it.
That was
hated it.
rough.
It was horrible. Visiting day comes, and Triss nervously wonders if her family will come see her and what they will think about how much she has changed. But she shouldn't care about that. Her mum, Natalie, comes to see her and tells Triss about the tensions between the factions. She wants Triss to go see her brother an erudite and tell him to research the simulation serums because abnegation are not allowed to visit erudite anymore. That is an odd request. A Kandor woman asks them if they've seen her son Al, but Triss can't remember seeing him at all that day. Christina and Will then invite Triss and her mother to meet their families. But Will's sister's terribly rude to Natalie and spouts a bunch of erudite rumours about abnegation hoarding supplies for themselves. Natalie pretends not to be bothered by this.
Natalie then drags Triss off to a hidden hallway and asks her about the rankings and how she's holding up in the fights.
What?
Triss is surprised that her mother knows so much about Dauntless initiation. Her mother then asks about what her aptitude test results were, and Triss reveals they were inconclusive, which Natalie was expecting.
Oh.
She tells Triss to be careful in the next stage of initiation because she is probably already being monitored. Fucking yikes. With that cryptic information, Natalie leaves. But on her way out, she tells Triss to have a piece of chocolate cake for her because it was her favorite.
What? What?
Triss realizes her mother transferred to abnegation from Dauntless.
Oh my god. In the dormitory later, after Triss finds a sad, embarrassed, mopey Al who awkwardly hits on her and dismisses him as politely as possible by slipping out from underneath his arm around her shoulders, it's stupidly awkward. It's time to see the rankings after the first stage of initiation. 4 explains that the next stage's rankings will weigh more heavily than the first round, but that these numbers are still important and people will be cut. A boy named Edward, who has been studying combat training since he was a kid and beats everyone but isn't a meaty douchebag, is ranked first. Peter is second, he is the meaty douchebag. Will third, Christina fourth, Molly fifth, Triss sixth, which she is shocked by, and Drew is seventh. Al is eighth, and another non-meaty douchebag, Myra, is last. 4 people will be cut after these rankings, and unless all the Dauntless-born initiates do really bad, it doesn't look good for Al, Drew, and Myra. Triss could also be cut, though.
That night, Peter, upset at being second, decides he's going to take out some of his competition. He stabs Edward in the eye with a butter knife, removing him from the rankings and from Dauntless altogether. At least he's still alive? Question mark?
For me, that should be, right, if you cannot win fairly, you cannot win at all, and he should be gone. And you shouldn't get kicked out of the faction because some little pissy, meaty douchebag has decided
to stab you in the literal eyeball.
To assault you. Yeah. Rage.
But they
can't.
Rage. They can't tell on him because they're tattling. They can't do that. Fuck off. I agree.
Fuck
I agree.
right off.
I agree. Okay. Edward's girlfriend, Myra, leaves with him. But she was probably going to be cut anyway, so, that's fine. Tris slips into abnegation mode and cleans up the bloody mess. The next day is pretty weird, what with Peter having stabbed someone in the eye and literally no one doing anything about it. But hey, at least Tris moved up in the rankings.
You know when they say there's 10 people in the room and one person's an asshole and the other 9 people don't do anything about it? That you're all assholes.
Yeah.
They're all assholes, and that includes Tris.
Yeah. Uriah, a Dauntless-born initiate, invites Tris to go ziplining with some of the other Dauntless-born and their older siblings to make her feel better after seeing a guy get stabbed in the face. Tris feels more dauntless than ever when they get back, but her transfer friends seem jealous.
Stage 2 of initiation focuses on the emotional aspect of being brave, and the initiates have to face their worst fears under simulation, and only calming the mind and body will release them from it. Namaste. In the first simulation Tris faces, she is in a field being attacked by crows. The panic and anxiety of being covered by feathers and being pecked all over freaks Tris out. When she finally resigns herself to death by crow, she comes out of the simulation. She feels like she's freaked out and failed, but Four tells her that she got out in nearly record time. He offers to escort her to the initiate dormitory, but she refuses, not wanting to seem like a little weak baby.
Did you mean baby? I mean, I agree in this instance. I don't need, just because I freaked the fuck out doesn't mean you have to walk me home.
Yeah, but she's just misreading the intention about being walked home.
Yeah, she is. She really is.
Because she does.
Yeah. When she gets back to the room, by her own volition, she walks...
Not on the arm of some man.
Do it on my own. She walks into Peter, reading aloud from a newspaper.
No, lies. You cannot tell me Peter knows how to read.
Yeah.
He's an asshole. He doesn't know how to read.
Yeah. Also, he's candor, not erudite. So he's not smart.
No.
Because you can't be more than one thing.
No, you're not allowed to be. Stop going out of your lane, Peter.
Molly has given an interview about Tris having nightmares about something her abnegation father must have done to her, but literally none of that is true. She probably heard Al crying and thought it was Tris. Because Al is a wiener bag. Anyway, the erudite are trying to make the abnegation leadership look corrupt, and this interview doesn't help. Tris smashes down on Peter's foot and starts to beat him and Molly up, but Will grabs her and takes her from the room. They talk a little about the simulations as a distraction, and Will goes very erudite, talking about how they're just happening inside the mind through connections in the brain. Christina and Al join them, and then they run into a drunk Four, who quietly tells Tris she looks good.
I mean, he is drunk.
He is drunk.
The next day, they run through another field. This time, Tris is in a glass box with water slowly filling it. Her friend's looking on, but not helping. Instead of calming down her heart rate and resigning herself to die, Tris breaks the glass to escape the simulation. Four is able to figure out that she is divergent because of this. Tris confronts the tattoo artist, Tori, who administered her aptitude test about the divergence and its meaning. All Tori tells her is that divergents die in dauntless, like her brother. But why would being able to escape a simulation be so bad?
Tris deals with more newspaper stories about abnegation and goes through more fear simulations, the worst of which is being forced at gunpoint to kill her family. She shows some weakness in front of Four about missing her family and asks if he misses his. No, definitely not. Stage 2 ends, and when the rankings are revealed, Tris is shocked that she is first. Peter is second, Christina and Will are near the bottom, and Al is last because he is a wiener bag. Tris is about 3 times faster at getting out of her simulations than Peter, and everyone else is even slower. So much so that they think she's been manipulating them the whole time into thinking she's weak and small and deserving of pity. She can't help it that she's divergent, but it hurts her that her friends don't really seem like her friends anymore. She tries to comfort Al, even though she doesn't really want to, but he just wants to be alone. To cry.
So dramatic. I think he has a fainting couch.
He probably does.
Tris spends most of her time by herself after this, since her transfer friends are so jealous of her, until Uriah, Marlene and another Darkness Spawn initiate Lynn spot her and invite her to come with them to watch as Uriah shoots a muffin off Marlene's head. Regular day. She feels really dauntless when she is with Uriah and others who are proud of her ranking instead of jealous. That's because they're not competing with your love. Even though she's better than them too.
You know, it's all going to be added together at the end. She is competing with them.
Yes.
But you just said that they're not competing with
well,
each other. They really are.
No, she is, but she doesn't feel directly in competition with them.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why they're being kept separate. They shouldn't be kept separate. They should all be, fighting everything each other.
Yeah.
But she doesn't feel like she's in direct competition with them.
Tris can't sleep that night because she's fueled by bum energy.
It's been a while, I'll let you
know.
know.
It's been a while. Tris can't sleep that night and goes out into the hallway to get a drink of water. As she's out there, she hears Eric talking to a woman whose voice she vaguely recognizes. The woman tells Eric that he'll need to watch the fear landscapes very closely to try to discover who is Divergent. Just as the woman is about to walk into view and Tris discovers who's pulling the strings and wants Divergent's dead, she's grabbed from behind, blindfolded, and beaten up.
Wow. 3 attackers take Tris to the chasm where Christina hung from and is forced over the side. She tries to fight her attackers off, especially when they grope her, gross, but 3 against 1 is pretty unfair. She knows who they are and isn't surprised that Peter and Drew would attack her, because they're meaty douchebags. The third, though? The third attacker? That's Al.
Ooh.
He's a wiener bag.
Yeah.
Just as she's nearly thrown over the side, 4 arrives. Peter and Al run away, but 4 catches Drew before he can flee. At least he gets to beat the shit out of one of them.
4 carries Tris to his room and takes care of her, and she stays the night on his bed while he sleeps on the floor. In the morning, after gently checking on her with touches that she feels swoony about, he suggests to her that she lean on her transfer friends and pretend to be weak so they will stay with her and keep her safe from Peter. She is disgusted by that idea, but ultimately relents. Tris skulks into the cafeteria later and tells Will and Christina what happened. When they realize that she is weak, they're friendly to her again. Christina even apologizes for being shitty and jealous during Capture the Flag.
They're not really her friends. That's not what friends do. You can be jealous of your friends. That's fine.
It's fine.
But you don't treat them like shit because you're jealous.
No, you don't grope them and dangle them over the chasm. But Al's not there right now, so...
No.
Yikes.
4 takes everyone to a different area of Dauntless Compound to prepare them for Stage 3 of initiation. He describes the fear landscapes that they will have to go through. The Dauntless leaders will study their simulations and create landscapes that they have to escape. Unlike the simulations, though, they will know they are in the landscapes, even though Triss already did, and they will have to either break out of their fears or calm down enough to overcome them. After this, Al tries to apologise to Triss, and she tells him that he is a coward and that if he ever comes near again, she will kill him. So he kills himself instead.
The Dauntless quickly hold a memorial service for Al, and pretty much everyone gets drunk. That is the way of the Dauntless. Eric praises Al's courage for jumping into the chasm and chasing the next unknown adventure.
Don't make him out to be a hero. He's not a hero.
Triss can't think that way, though. In Abnegation, she was raised to believe suicide is selfish, not brave. She leaves the funeral and runs into 4. She questions why she is the way she is and gets mad at him for believing the way Dauntless do about Al's suicide when Abnegations seems more correct to her. He warns her that she's being watched. She asks if he is being watched too, thinking he also might be Divergent, but he doesn't answer. Instead, he consoles her.
Later, Triss, Christina and Will are at the chasm throwing down the erudite newspapers about abnegation. Triss asks Will about Janine Matthews, the erudite leader, and though he hates her for what she's saying about Triss's dad and abnegation, kind of thinks she's right. Maybe if there were other people in charge instead of the selfless abnegation, there would be more luxuries in life. Triss starts to argue, but Christina stops their conversation, and she and Will leave. Instead of going back to the dormitory with them, sure she's witnessing a relationship developing between them, Triss spots 4 and follows him.
4 invites Triss to go with him into his fear landscape. They have to jump from a great height, calm themselves enough to stop the room from shrinking around them, which makes Triss's heart race, but not because of fear. Wink. Shoot a stranger. And finally, face 4's worst fear. Being beaten by his father. His father, who Triss recognizes as Marcus, the abnegation leader whose son left for another faction. Erudite newspapers alleged abuse, and it seems they were right. As Marcus brings a belt down on his son, Tobias, Triss blocks him and takes the strike herself. Now, Triss understands why he is called 4. Tobias declares that he likes Triss, which she doesn't understand because he's 18 and she's 16 and not pretty. But he tells her he likes her because she's smart and brave. And then he kisses her.
I get so angry at Triss. Also, he's 18, she's 16. There's only 2 years difference. How does she not recognise or know 4? Surely will have gone to the same school or in some way, shape or form have a passing knowledge of each other.
Yeah, especially
when both their parents are in leadership roles.
Yeah, and also I'm pretty sure that Triss has gone to choosing ceremonies.
Yeah.
In the past.
Yeah. I don't get...
that one...
There's holes in the story.
That's a pretty big hole.
Yes. The next day, Triss is giddy. But when she sees Tobias in the cafeteria and he doesn't even acknowledge her, she begins to have doubts. Not the fact that, he's a figure of authority, but, The doubts get worse as they go into another Dauntless leader's fears. She explains that, on average, people have 10 to 15 fears, but they will only experience one of hers during this training session. Triss gets her kidnapping fear, and it morphs into her being taken by Peter, Drew and Al, and she freaks out. Tobias stops the simulation and rudely mocks Triss's reaction, calling her pathetic. She slaps him and storms off. You see, when they're in the cafeteria, it's just like, oh, for Tobias, I'm over here. Oh, we kissed last night. Come sit next to me. And he goes and sits with, the other people of his age and, not initiates.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's not going to come sit next to you, love. You're having a secret relationship. He's not going to be that overt.
Yeah.
But then she's like, then he does this, and I'm like, oh my God, I just want to, I can't take either of this. There's bits like this.
Uh-huh.
It's what drove me insane. Like the way that Al and Peter and Drew sexually assaulted her and nothing happened.
Yeah.
And the way that it just...
Look, these factions, maybe not a good idea.
No. We knew that in sentence 1.
Okay. Triss leaves the Dauntless compound and goes to Erudite, even though she's not allowed to leave without Dauntless supervision. She needs to finally talk to her brother, like their mother suggested. I really like all of this. And it's because I really love the city of Chicago. So this was a fun chapter for me, and I'm glad that I get to share this paragraph. The headquarters for Erudite is, of course, the former main location of the Chicago Public Library. And I swear. After yelling at some people to find out where Caleb is, he finds her. They go to the park across the street. And again, I swoon because I know exactly what they're talking about. And they argue about the Erudite and abnegation leaders. Triss tells Caleb about their mother's request to research the serums that Erudite produces, and he lets slip that he thinks something big is on the horizon. But then she is taken to see Erudite's leader, Janine Matthews.
Janine questions Triss about her aptitude test scores and about some of her initiation training scores and why they were reported manually, which is different from literally everyone else, and how she's so good at escaping the simulations. Sometimes 2 + 2 = 4.
Sometimes it does.
Triss realises that Janine's is the voice in the hallway who was talking to Eric about finding Divergence and knows she's got to play cool. There's nothing cool about Triss.
No.
She tells Janine she's brave and the best of the initiates, so of course she's going to be able to beat the simulations. Janine then questions why she left abnegation, and she has to pretend like she agrees with the erudite news that abnegation leaders are bad. She is dismissed and escorted back to Dauntless. I fully expected, like, the recording of Triss saying how bad the abnegation leaders are and how terrible the place is and how she fully agrees with them was going to be like on a newsreel or something to say, see, even an abnegation leader's daughter is telling the truth.
Yeah.
Like, use it as propaganda.
Triss is immediately greeted by a very displeased Eric. He questions her about leaving and threatens to punish her and her friends, making them factionless. But then Tobias comes in. He covers his eyes, hinting something to Triss, and she realizes she needs to pretend to be weak. On the spot, they concoct a story about Triss trying to kiss for him shutting her down, her getting embarrassed and running away, crying like a little girl. Eric believes the story and dismisses Triss without punishment. I don't really buy this, by the way, because she broke a rule. They're not allowed to leave. And
Eric would kick her out of it.
Eric would have kicked her out. But obviously, we can understand.
She's just a poor little girl who gets her emotions all hurt. Oh, which, that's, the misogyny in him.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to kick Eric between the legs.
Yeah.
Tobias finds her soon after, and they reconcile. He apologises for embarrassing her, not realising that she would be so impacted by his trying to protect her by pretending to yell at her in front of everyone and calling her pathetic. I mean, you're going a bit far, mate.
That was a little too far.
Yeah. Or, you need to have these things pre-arranged, so she knows She doesn't,
Yeah.
She's literally a child. She doesn't understand.
I feel like a lot of this would have been resolved if after they kissed, they had communication, and he said, like, hey, this isn't okay right now. You know, we got to keep this on the DL. So
Yes.
I'm not going to treat you how you deserve to be treated right now to keep you safe.
Yes. Yes.
Communication.
It's amazing what a little communication.
I know,
can
just
do.
a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, oh, we shouldn't be doing this right now. I'm sorry. Like, I do like you. An
Bouche
amuse-bouche.
of communication.
Yes.
An amuse-bouche of communication.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's a YA book from 15 years ago. Communication, not a thing.
No. Trish stands up for herself and she calls Tobias her boyfriend, which he likes, he appreciates. Aww. Because he's only 18 and a little child too. And then explains about what she learned in Erudite. He asks her to meet him late that night because he has something he needs to talk to her about. Back in the Initiate Dome, Christina questions where Triss was all day and excitedly tells her that Will kissed her. Aww. Luckily, Triss doesn't have to explain where she was or why she left because of all the like and the kissing discussion. Literal children.
Yeah. They are cute, though, and I do appreciate Christina. Like, can you please be a girl for just a second? And she's like, I am a girl. No. And then she's like, okay, what do you mean? Oh my God. I did appreciate that. I thought it was funny. Later, near midnight, Triss goes to meet Tobias. They get on the train and head toward Erudite headquarters. It's lit up, and it seems like the people there are working on something non-stop. Tobias reveals that he discovered what looks like war plans being developed between Erudite and Dauntless against abnegation in his non-initiate training actual job that involves a lot of computer work. They decide that the Erudite want to go to war but aren't trained to fight, so they have brought the Dauntless on board. But they don't understand how the Erudite will make the Dauntless fight for them.
It's Initiation Day! And it's very different in Dauntless than in Abnegation. The initiates there have to complete 30 days of service, and then they would have their feet washed by the Abnegation leaders.
Nah.
No, thank you.
Nah.
No, thank you.
Mm-mm.
In Dauntless, everyone is drunk, and the initiates have to go through their field landscapes while being monitored by Dauntless leadership. Everyone can watch, able to see how the initiates react, but the leaders will see what the initiate sees. Triss will be the last to go through her landscapes.
When it's her turn, Triss faces her fears in the simulations and shockingly only has 7. She handles swarming birds by shooting them, escaping a water tank by breaking out, open water by scrambling on a rock, being burned at the stake by making it rain, being kidnapped by creepy men that turn into monsters by shooting a bunch of them and sneaking away, being intimate with 4 by kissing him, and killing her family by sacrificing herself instead. When she successfully escapes her last fear, she is greeted by Tobias and the Dauntless leaders. Eric congratulates her and injects her with a serum created by the Erudite to track her if she goes missing. Don't worry, everyone else will be getting them too.
You're being chipped like a pet dog. Let's not question this at all.
Nope.
There will be a party later. Woo. Where Triss and the rest of the initiates will learn their rankings, but for now, Triss goes with 4 to his room. She reveals that he was part of her fear landscape. Not him exactly, but intimacy. She knows she's not pretty or, whatever, but she wants Tobias to know that she's not the kind of girl who's just in it for the sex. And he laughs because he's not like that either. I mean, come on, he was obligation as well. So
She doesn't...
There's going to be some layover.
She doesn't think about that, though.
No,
And
no.
she should.
But it's there, honestly. Maybe one day they will get there, but not now. Hopefully Triss will be able to overcome her fear of intimacy, and then everyone will call her Six. 6 and 4 would make a pretty good couple, would they? They look at each other's tattoos after this, and 4 is pleased to see that Triss recently got an abnegation tattoo, in addition to her dauntless one and the birds she got previously. He has the same abnegation and dauntless tattoos, plus all the rest of the factions, because he wants to be brave and selfless and smart and honest and kind and ...
Because he wants to be all the good things, like
Because
any
he wants to
normal human should want to do. It's time for a big party to announce the top 10 initiates that will become Dauntless. Triss is first.
Ooh.
I really feel like she probably should have at least been second or something. Like, she
Yeah.
can't... Anyway, it's fine. Christina and Will and Uriah and Marlene also make it, and Peter, too, and the rest of the Dauntless-born initiates. Molly and Drew are ranked 11 and 12 and are now factionless.
Oh.
Wee.
Wah, wah.
Christina and Will kiss, and then Tobias comes up behind Triss. He asks if she thinks they can hug or if it will give them away, and she kisses him instead. He brushes the injection bandage on her neck, and then she finally realizes what the injection meant. It's how the erudite are going to control everyone.
The clanking of the penny dropping was huge.
Tobias notices her reaction, and she promises to tell him later when they're not surrounded by partiers.
Tell him now. Communication. The amuse-bouche. The soupçon. Whatever. Just talk. Unfortunately, Triss falls asleep in the dorm room, waiting for everything to quieten down, telling Tobias about the injection when she should have freaking told him already. 15-year-old YA dystopian book. It's a 15-year-old YA dystopian book. Just remember that, okay? She startles awake in the middle of the night to everyone mindlessly walking around as if they're controlled by something. A mysterious serum, perhaps, from erudite. Yes. All the Dauntless are now soldiers in an erudite army. Mindless soldiers. Wonderful. Who could have foreseen this? Triss follows along with what everyone else is doing, pretending to be controlled too. They all load onto a train and head into the city. Luckily, Triss finds Tobias, and he is also pretending to not be Divergent. They clasp hands.
When the train gets to the abnegation part of the city, everyone gets off and marches. Then they start shooting people.
Fun! No, that's bad.
Eric sees Tobias and Triss and talks to another Dauntless leader about being second to Tobias, but not anymore. Eric holds a gun to his head, but Triss stops him from killing Tobias by shooting him in the foot after he taunts her that she won't shoot him. Oh, yeah? Triss and Tobias run, but Triss gets shot in the shoulder, and they are captured.
I wouldn't have shot him in the foot.
I know. Oh, my God.
I would have done a double tap.
If there's any time for a double tap, it's right here.
And I shot him where the sun don't shine, and I shot him between the eyes. It's okay, Triss.
They have literally brainwashed everyone into shooting everyone you've ever known. Yeah. And you shoot the guy in the foot? It's okay.
You're not dauntless.
Nah.
You're not dauntless?
Nah, that was an abnegation move right there.
Ooh, bitch. Burn. They're taking to Janine. Oh, God. Villainous monologue. Plans for the future. Erudite taking over. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
She complains that most of the divergents she has encountered have come from abnegation, making her takeover more difficult. But she is a problem solver. She loves a crossword puzzle. And has created another serum that she is going to test on Tobias. Since Triss has been shot, she's too injured for Janine to use, so she declares that she will be executed. The first sensible thing she said. Tobias tries to kill Janine, but her goons take him down, and he is injected with the new serum that will alter what he sees, making him confuse friend and foe.
Triss is taken away and put in a real-life water tank. Not just gonna shoot her and be done with it. They have a literal water tank.
I'm not going to say it's lazy, because that's the wrong word, but it's dumb.
Yeah.
Just the same advice to Triss. Just shoot him, get it over and done with.
Why do they have this tank? Did they build it for her? Because they secretly knew? They're like, you know what? For all these people who we suspect are divergent, let's build their actual fears in real life. There's just many rooms.
That's just it. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I like being a bit extra, but that's not extra. It's dumb. Sometimes extra is not extra. It's dumb.
Yeah. All right. So Triss is in the real life water tank that they have for reasons. She tries briefly to break out, but as she does often, resigns herself to die. Just as she's about to take a big breath in and completely give up, thinking that this is the bravest thing she can do while being studied on camera by the erudite, her mom shows up and shoots her out of the tank. Triss asks her mom about being Dauntless born and how she knows about Divergence, and Natalie reveals that she is also Divergent, and her mother, a Dauntless leader, told her to go to a different faction to keep her safe, and that's how she ended up in abnegation. Natalie tells Triss that her father and brother are hiding in the basement of a building nearby, and they run off, guns blazing, to get there. Unfortunately, Natalie decides to create a diversion for Triss and is gunned down.
Okay, right. Listen to... I have a proposal for you. I won't keep this for the discussion, but it needs to be said at this point. My proposal to you is Triss should have been the one to stay and create a diversion and been gunned down. And Natalie is the one that should have gone off and survived and been the protagonist of the rest of the series.
I would have enjoyed that.
Natalie at least shoots to kill.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, that's right. Triss now has to go off alone and find her father and brother. On the way to find them, she encounters Will under simulation, and she kills him before he can kill her. So you'll kill Will.
This one she shoots in the head.
Somebody who was not too bad, but you don't kill Eric. Make that make sense.
Like, I get that she, okay, he is coming for her and he's going to kill her no matter what, because that's what the simulation is making him do. But, like, he can't kill you. He can't shoot you with a gun, maybe if you shoot him in both of his arms. He won't be able to use a gun, so he can't get you. Or if you shoot him in his... Yeah, shoot him in the legs. He can't get you. Shoot his gun arm and one of his legs, and you'll be fine. You don't have to shoot your friend in the head.
But no, she'll kill her friend in the head, but she won't kill her enemy.
Nah.
The person literally helping this insurrection.
Nah.
It doesn't...
Nah.
You cannot make this make sense.
Nah.
Nah, dog.
Nah, dog.
Okay. Triss, after killing her friend, brutally, with a bullet to the head, gets to the building with her dad and brother, and a bunch of abnegation hiding. Her father removes the bullet from her shoulder, and she has to tell him that her mother is dead. But she is brave, and she does it. Fuck off, Triss. Marcus, Tobias's father, is also there, and asks what they're going to do now. Triss explains that the Dauntless have been controlled by a serum, which Caleb learned about and made him quit Erudite. Triss decides that she has to shut down the simulation, so they head to Dauntless headquarters, where Triss believes the simulation is being controlled.
Triss, her father, Caleb, and Marcus go to the Dauntless compound and have to jump on and off trains and jump from the roof into the pit, just like her first day. Triss encounters Peter, who is not mind-controlled. Is he also divergent? No.
Is he just an asshole?
No, he is literally just shitty enough that Janine and the Dauntless leaders thought that they could use him, so they didn't give him the serum. Is this like present-day ICE?
Yeah.
Let's find the shittiest ones.
Yep.
And give them guns.
Let's look at all the people who are abusers, who have criminal records, who are fat, lazy racists, and give them an ill-fitting vest to wear. And a gun.
Peter pulls the same, "you're not going to shoot me," that Eric did, and again, she is underestimated. But again, she does not kill him. She shoots Peter in the arm.
Doesn't make sense. Why are you not killing your enemies? You're killing your friends.
He says that he will take them to the control room, but only if they take him with them when they leave. Triss reluctantly agrees. No, you find out where you need to go, and then you shoot him in the head.
Yes. Agreed.
Triss and her father are the only ones that go to the control room because Triss insists that Caleb and Marcus stay behind with Peter. Unfortunately, her father is shot and dies along the way because it is a YA book, and YA teens can't have parents. He went out as a distraction for Triss, just like her mom.
Oh, repetition. Triss enters the control room to find it is monitored, but it's being manned by Tobias! Of course it is.
Of course.
And he, of course, doesn't recognise her. And she knows that she won't be able to take him in a fight, and she definitely won't kill him. I don't understand why she won't. She'll happily kill her friends.
Yep.
And just disable her enemies. So by rights, she likes Tobias. He should be right between the eyes.
Or at least shoot him in the hand, or the foot, or the shoulder, or anything. Nope.
Anything. They do fight a little, and she disarms him. But then he comes at her, ready to kill her with his bare hands. Triss remembers that she is the most brave when she is selfless, and she remembers her final field landscape where she allows herself to be killed instead of killing her family. So she gives Tobias the gun, puts her hand on his heart, and says his name. Bullshit. Sorry, his name's Tobias, not bullshit.
It's not his name.
This is bullshit. Sorry, the rage is kicking right in here.
I know. Tobias hears Triss's voice and snaps out of the simulation. They quickly shut down the other simulation, waking all the Dauntless just before Triss sees them shoot her brother on the security cameras. Tobias removes the hard drive from the computer, because this is before cloud saves, and they flee.
I've gone old.
Then she removes the floppy disk.
Right in my millennial.
Sorry.
Insert Claire withering and dying.
Yes.
Really bad CGI.
Okay. With floppy disk in hand, they flee the Dauntless compound along with Caleb, Peter, and Marcus. When Tobias sees his father, Triss steps in between them, telling Marcus that the only reason why she hasn't killed him yet is in case Tobias wants to. They hop on a train and ride off into the sunset toward the Amity Farms.
And how this should have ended is Triss shooting Peter in the head and just kicking him off the train.
Yeah. Or if she's still being abnegation, shoot him somewhere less lethally and still kick him off the train.
Yes.
Shoot him in both legs and then kick him off the train.
Just get rid of it. I just don't get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Let's have a quick break and let's see if I'll calm down. You have your bum energy. I'm going to try and calm down.
I don't think it's going to help. The bum energy will help.
I need cheese.
Cheese or a knife?
I had a lot of cheese today, but I always want cheese.
There's always room for cheese.
Always room for cheese.
I think, in addition to the promo, that is not going to be for bum energy. I think that everyone should go and dig up the old faction quizzes that were floating around social media during the time that these books were released and see what faction you would be in. We'll also share these on social media. Yeah. Now in present day.
What's up, fellow book nerds? It's time to feed your fiction shelf addiction. Hear book club style roundtables, bookish chats, and more. Join Tamara and her friends for fantasy and thriller read-alongs and other shenanigans over on the Shelf Addiction podcast. Listen now on your podcatcher of choice. Subscribe for free, and you too can have a shelf addiction.
What did you get?
I was really surprised because when I did these before, in the before times, and when I was reading these books for the first time, I got erudite every time.
Okay.
But this time, in the Epic Reads quiz, I got candor. I've never gotten candor before. Never.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's incomprehensible.
It is. What did you get in that one?
Erudite. It felt kind of apt as well.
Yeah.
Because it was like learning new things.
Yeah.
Understanding how things work.
Yeah.
Logic instead of instinct or emotions. But I do think you need to listen to your instincts. That's important.
Yeah.
And yeah, just believe, the belief that the world would be a better place if people learned things, which, yes, I agree.
Yeah, that's why I always get erudite.
Yes. Oh, and sometimes that could be seen as condescending. I'm like, yeah. Harsh read there, but not untrue.
Yeah. So, the second quiz is a BuzzFeed quiz.
Yes.
And this time, again...
Okay. Don't this?
No! I got Amity!
What the fuck?
I don't know!
What? Did you do the right quiz?
I did!
Did you pick the wrong thing by accident?
Maybe. I don't know, but Amity. So, I don't know.
I'm sure the BuzzFeed one was like, what colour do you most wear often? And if you didn't say black...
I did!
Oh my god. I got erudite again.
See? That's normally what I would have gotten.
Weird. Okay.
Then the third one was book stacked.
Yes.
And this one was like exactly what they went through.
Yes.
And I liked this one. It was fun. Like, it started out with just 3 random glasses. Like, oh, drink this. But they all, like, look the same, you know? So...
Yeah, they're all in black and white as well.
Yeah, so, like, what is, you know... So that was fun.
Yeah.
That I think I liked this one the most. And maybe it's because I finally got erudite.
Yay! I too got erudite on that one.
Yeah.
But I have to say the question about, was it knife, cheese or none? I was like, of course I'm going to pick cheese.
Of course.
Have you met me?
Of course.
Always pick the cheese.
That one, I believe I did pick cheese. And then the next one was like, okay, well, do you attack the dog, or, you know, do you save the girl, or do you do nothing? I did nothing.
Yeah, I didn't do anything with that one because I was like, the girl, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm
Yeah,
presuming
that could be her dog.
Presumption. Exactly.
I don't know.
You might need to save the dog from the girl.
Yeah. So, yeah, finally I got erudite.
Nice, I like it.
But I'm curious what all of our super fans and all of our listeners have gotten. Also, I keep meaning to say, in like the past 4 or 5 episodes, that we have picked up a lot of listeners from new locations, and it makes me really happy.
Nice.
So,
I know we had a few from Singapore, didn't we?
Yes! So I just want to say to those...
Hello.
Yes.
Welcome.
Hello, welcome. Tell us how you found us. Because this
Enjoy
is
a
really...
snack.
It's really fun. And we're glad that
Yes.
you're listening. Whether you're one person listening to all of the episodes, or you're a person who's sharing with your friends.
Yes.
Thanks. We see you. Except we don't, because we don't know who you are.
No.
Or if
no.
you're one
But-
person or many people.
Yeah. We get a general geographic area.
Yeah, that's all we get. But it's so fun, and I like it. I think it's very neat.
Yes.
And that's the erudite in me doing this research and finding out Singapore and Hong Kong.
Yes.
We've picked up listeners, Singapore and Hong Kong. So I don't know. It's fun.
Love it. Love it when it happens.
I love it. Yes.
And what's your feelings on cheese?
Cheese, yes. Listeners from Hong Kong, how do you feel about cheese?
Well, just in general. There wasn't enough potatoes in this book as I would like.
No, but I do appreciate that there was cheese.
Yes. If I can't have cheese and potatoes, I'll at least take cheese.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, should we finally
Talk a bit more about the book?
talk about more about the book? Yeah.
Yeah. It started off fine, and then things were happening and made me go, okay. Yikes. Okay. Double yikes. Okay. What the fuck? And then the rage kicked in.
Yeah.
So that's essentially my timeline.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with that. Like, there were so many things that I liked about this book because there, you know, like a lot of the YA dystopias that came out around this time, there was like a lot of like relationship based things, like forced marriages and like, or there's one series it's like, well, it just removes that desire at all, so you don't have, there's no romance at all, which I mean I would probably be okay with that. But like this one was full of guns and fighting and murder, and I liked it.
I honestly felt like, I mean, obviously having passing knowledge just from the movie, but after finishing reading the book, I was like, shit, I can see this is the way at least America could go.
Ugh. It's either going to be this or the Hunger Games.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much already started.
That's already in the works. Patriot Games.
So, yeah.
Or something.
some bullshit like that.
Jesus fuck. Yeah. But there are, like, not thinking about the things that I absolutely hated, like the sexual assaults and things that...
The manosphere attitude, which was disgusting and disappointing. And I don't care that it's 15 years old. We still have... And to be fair, I'm going to just jump forward a little bit for 1 second and say this is actually my surprise, that the attitude towards sexual harassment and was really... And I know I'm saying this through a 2026 lens.
Yeah.
But there was literally no consequences to it. And the attitude from both the male and the female and all the spectrum between of people was just let it slide. That's fine. Just let it go.
I feel like I need to say something about that. And I'm not defending it at all.
No, no.
Definitely not. But I hate it because abnegation, which is where Triss is from, is very religious. And you're not supposed to talk about things like that.
Yeah, it's cultish.
It is. And I think if she had been candor, if she had been erudite, it would have turned out differently. But I think it's because of that weird, cultish, religious upbringing that she's not going to stand up for herself in these sexual situations.
No, I agree with that, but I also think you've got, Al actually committing sexual harassment and assault on her, and then you've got her quote-unquote friends who also know that it's happened, and they're from different factions, and they're not doing or saying or defending her in any way, shape or form. Yeah. It seemed like it was very much a case of, you've just got to let it go.
I wonder, though, how much she actually told them.
Yeah, there is that. There is that as well.
Yeah, because it's not how she was raised.
But then if you look at the people who committed it as well, they're not from that cultish area. They're from, different cults, to be fair. Every single faction is essentially a cult in some way, shape or form.
Yeah.
I think it was horrible and it was disappointing. That even to the degree that when we're in the finale and Triss has the opportunity, when her assaults, the people who assaulted her are literally her enemy, she does nothing.
Yeah. I'm going to blame it.
I found it problematic. I want consequences.
I agree, and I'm going to blame it all on religion.
Yeah, which is fair, and it's fine. It's not fine, but that is a fair way to understand the narrative.
Yes.
But it still pisses me off.
Right, yeah, it's horrible. But, I think maybe the first time I read it, I didn't read it that way.
No, and I think, again, this is why I'm seeing it through a 2026 lens.
Yeah.
So that's the caveat.
Yeah.
But even 15 years ago, when they're literally trying to murder her, but then they're groping her, not cool.
Yeah. I don't want to defend Al, but when they started grabbing her boobs and stuff while they were dangling her over the chasm, he stopped that. At least he was still fine with her,
being murdered.
But yeah,
there's some weird morality going on.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got that out. I've got that off my chest.
Yeah. I do not like that everyone underestimates Triss and that she also underestimates herself.
Yeah, but again that's cultish, though. She's being told never to have pride or confidence in her abilities,
and that she's basically nothing.
Yeah. It's so dangerous to teach people not to have any self-confidence or self-worth.
Yeah, it is. One of my favorite scenes was Uriah and the Marlene and the muffin shooting. Like,
yeah,
that was so silly and fun and cute. And she's like, okay, we're going to do it. And they're not using real guns. They're using, it's like a pellet or something, whatever. And this is my favorite. It's my favorite part. She puts the muffin on her head and she's like ready. Like, okay.
Yes.
Do this. And then she's like, wait. And she pulls the muffin off and takes a bite of it. And then she puts the muffin back on her head.
Yes. Yes.
And then the muffin gets shot off her head and she picks it up and eats it. Like,
I enjoyed the entire thing. I like Uriah and Marlene.
Yes.
They might actually be some of my favourite characters.
They are my favourite characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really like Uriah. I really like Uriah.
I really like them. They had more personality and character to them.
Yeah.
Because Triss is very flat.
Yeah.
But I did like the way that she wanted to be selfish.
Yes.
And not in a bad way, but she wants to be more selfish. She wants to
think of herself once or twice in her life.
Exactly. She wants to put herself first. Because you've got to have self-worth. So she's on that journey. She's learning that.
Yeah.
So I did like that. And it being selfish, I hate saying it's selfish because it's not. It's underrated as long as it's in moderation. As long as you're not causing harm to another person, or you're being a garbage person to another person by being selfish. But it's like taking those times to appreciate. Actually, I'm proud of myself for doing that.
Yeah.
And it's seeing herself grow. And when she before the sexual assault scene where they whip the towel off and she's looking at her body and she's like, oh my god, I've actually got muscles and I've leaned out, and she's like seeing herself in her dauntless skin.
Yeah.
And there's that moment of thinking, yeah, actually, you know what, I'm changing into a dauntless. This is great.
Yeah.
And then it's all taken away from her by absolute garbage people, meaty douchebags.
Yes.
But those little moments are fantastic. And again, I think it is that cultish behaviour you mentioned before that she's trying to slowly claw her way out of.
Yeah.
But by far, she is not my favourite character. Like we say, Uriah and Marlene, fantastic.
Yeah.
And like I said when we were doing the summary, I would love Natalie to be the main character.
Yes. I really enjoyed, like, Triss, the scene where she comes for visiting day, and, like, she yanks her into this hallway that Triss has never even seen before. She hasn't been here for very long, like a week or something. But still, she's taken to this secret spot, and then her mom is asking her all of these questions that only a Dauntless would know. And she's like, oh, well, she's just so well read. Like, she's just learned everything about the other factions so she can selflessly support them. And that's how she knows about all this stuff. Like, nah, dog. And then she's like, okay, she's not taking the hints. She's not picking it up. So I'm going to tell her to eat the chocolate cake. And then she's like, oh.
Every time Triss realised something, the clank of the penny dropping was loud and long.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's not the smartest. She's
not an erudite.
She's not an erudite. She is a toy short of a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
But bless her, she tries.
She does try. I really do not love the non-communication in YA books of the time, because when she finally figures out, which took way too fucking long, that they're going to be controlled by serum, because her mom told her, tell your brother to look into what's going on with these serums, because I don't trust them.
Yes.
Something's going on with the serums. And then she gets this weird injection. Like, oh, don't worry. Everyone else is also getting this injection. There's another clue for you. Like, why did it take you so long to put all these things together? And then you don't tell. You got your red flag out. And then you don't tell Tobias about it. when he's like, hey, I'm pretty sure they're doing war plans. Like, he has told you this. War plans. And you realize what's going on and you don't say anything about it. Well, I'm just going to go wait for it to quieten down a little bit. It's too raucous in here. I can't tell him a secret while everyone else is celebrating when they definitely won't notice us talking. Ah!
Ah! Oh, there's some dumb things, right? That is just so dumb. Oh, it's too loud in here. We can't talk. Go and freaking talk. You are now. You're not initiate anymore.
No,
you're past. Go into the corner and talk, and then make out.
Yeah. I. That's probably my least. I mean, sexual assault aside.
One of. Yeah.
That's one of my least favorite things. Because she's like, well, I can't tell him because it's so loud and I need to wait and tell him later. Like, no. You know they're watching you too, man.
This is the perfect time. When you're in a crowd of people and it's so loud that you can't be overheard. Tris, get the toy. Complete the Happy Meal. I'm begging you.
Please.
Begging you. And the other thing is, right, she's only 16 and he's 18. It is literal children teaching literal children how to be a quote-unquote soldier.
Yeah.
And I would actually say life experience is something that, in that kind of situation, you really need to have.
Yeah.
Especially if you try to teach people how to be more confident, how to overcome fear. An 18-year-old from abnegation doesn't really know much about that.
No.
They've not been in the situations to then impart their life experience. Their frontal lobes aren't even developed yet.
No,
Can we have some adults in this room, please?
I really wish that they had been a little older.
Yes.
I think it would have...
I don't understand Eric, an 18-year-old, again, another literal child,
Yeah.
being in charge, being
then
in the
there's,
leadership.
like...
Doesn't make sense.
That one I can understand.
Because
even though it's
stooge.
not, but he is recently from Erudite, so he was probably already working with Janine.
He's a puppet.
He's a puppet. But, like, there are other Dauntless leaders that I think probably should have been in charge, and they are older. So probably would have been a little bit better, but then it would have made the relationship creepy. So, and you, like, new adult wasn't a thing at that time, and we're trying to sell a book, so we have to age everybody the right way so it's not gross.
I get that.
That is why. That's why they're so young. Is so it wouldn't be gross.
And it comes off as puppy love as well.
It
I hate
does.
that term. I hate that term.
Yes.
Because, again, 16 and 18, known each other for about 5 minutes.
Yes.
Barely spent any time, again, near each other. Tris has spent most of that time thinking that Thor hates her.
Yeah.
And it just... the YA, it's slathered in YA.
It is.
It really is. Stereotypical YA.
But man, when it came out, oh, so good. And now thinking about it later on,
Yeah,
I still like the book.
15 years ago, I would have been too old for it. I'd have aged out.
When I first read it, I was like a brand new teen librarian. So this is like prime books for me to share with kids. Fun. It was fun for me.
No, and I get that. It's sometimes one of these things when we read YA books that are, of the time, that are older, especially ones like this where it was in the, the dystopian YA Renaissance period, the golden age of YA dystopian.
Yes, yes.
That you kind of like... But we've also found that you can have YA books where one or both the parents can survive, where there is communication, and where there doesn't have to be a love interest.
Yes.
Where there are consequences to the actions. So, it's matured because I think the world has realised, actually, teenagers are not idiots.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is that. Yeah. But, yeah, okay. Yeah. But if we can just kill Eric and Peter, I would appreciate that. And having not read any of the other books yet, and have not actually seen any of the other movies, because one was more than enough, I don't know what happens to them. I am looking forward to finding out, and I hope it is violent and bloody. My hopes for the future.
Those are good hopes. For the future. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
I pro Dauntless initiates. Let's keep them.
Yeah.
The Dauntless Born ones. I'd like to see more of them.
Yeah.
They were fun. I like the dumb shit they got up to.
Yes.
If we could resurrect Natalie, that would be great. Just his dad can stay dead. He was useless. And I'm interested in Caleb, the brother.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what he's going to bring to the story. He's got to do something now. He can't just be forgotten about. So I'm interested to see what he can bring to the storyline.
Yeah. I did appreciate that once he found out about the simulations and what was going on, that he quit.
Yeah. He's definitely got principles.
Yeah.
And he's got brain cells that rub together.
Yeah.
So I like Caleb as well. I think he was good.
I don't know if I said a surprise out loud, but
No, I don't think you did, because I started raging about mine.
I think red flag. I think that I am probably the most surprised that the fact that the factions exist.
Yeah.
Like 4 is like, oh, I want to be brave and kind and selfless and honest and smart. No, you may only be one.
Oh, okay. Can I be cheese?
You may only choose cheese. Like, what?
It doesn't make sense.
So...
And I'm glad Veronica Roth quickly found that she was creating a dystopian future and not a utopia.
Yes, I did appreciate that as well. I'm excited to continue. I'm excited to...
Because I had the one sentence review from both of the next 2 books off you, I'm looking forward to reading them. And if it's a hate read, so be it. I enjoy a hate read too.
We do love a hate read. Yeah. But I haven't...
A while.
I haven't read them for 8 years. So, what if I actually love book 3?
Well, then that's going to be an interesting talking
It's going to
point.
be fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It does make me want to dive back into some of the older ones as well.
I know!
I haven't read the Hunger Games trilogy, original trilogy, for a long, long time.
Same.
And I remember freaking adoring them.
Yeah.
And being annoyed that certain things were missed out of the movies as much as I did enjoy the movies.
Yeah.
I still hate Peter, always have, always will. So I'm tempted to put those on the show.
I mean, we talked about it in the last episode, and Superfan Claire didn't even let us finish the sentence before she said, yes, do it. So...
Yes. We may need to make it another book club.
Yeah. And that was another one that was in the Before Times before the Before Times had any real summary.
Before it had the Fictional Hangover copyrighted slapping details.
Yeah.
Can't think of the words.
Yeah. Juicy details?
Treatment.
Yes.
Treatment.
So yeah, that could be fun. And like there were so many dystopias that we read at that time that like, man, I want to read all of those over again. So
Yeah.
but some of them I will just have to read on my own. They don't have to get the treatment.
Well, that could be next year's book club theme is YA dystopian future.
I thought you were going to say next year's book club theme will be revisiting season 1. And just doing all of those episodes over again.
It could be both at some times.
And then,
at some point.
And then we'll do the selection for the 3rd time.
Not doing the selection. But also, don't get ahead of yourself, missus.
Oh, God. Okay. Let's move on to favorite final thought quote.
Okay. I'm going to give you 4.
Okay.
Sometimes crying or laughing are the only options left, and laughing feels better right now.
I agree
The amount of times I just hysterically laugh, because otherwise it's going to be hysterical tears.
The last time I laughed like that was when I encountered bum energy. It's been too long. No, don't red flag the bum energy.
I believe in ordinary acts of bravery, in the courage that drives one person to stand up for another. Okay. Learning how to think in the midst of fear is a lesson that everyone needs to learn. It's difficult. And lastly, I like to think I'm helping them by hating them. I'm reminding them that they aren't God's gift to humankind.
I do really...
Which, please see your previous comments in this episode.
Yes.
What have you got?
Fear doesn't shut you down. It wakes you up.
Ooh.
I never thought I would need bravery in the small moments of my life. I do. I do need them.
Yes.
I do need bravery. Politeness is deception in pretty packaging.
Oh.
I like that one a lot. Finally, people tend to overestimate my character. They think that because I'm small, or a girl, or a stiff, I can't possibly be cruel. But they're wrong. Except I don't shoot people who deserve it.
Thank you. I was going to say, how to make it better, shooting people who deserve it.
Oh, something I forgot about. In my favorite things. I appreciate when we learn a little bit about what other people's fears are. And that Christina is afraid of moths.
No.
I was like, it's Claire! It's Claire!
Red flag! Red flag!
And then Tris is also afraid of birds. It's Claire!
I was hoping we were going to avoid those.
No! I love it. She's afraid of moths. You're afraid of moths? She's
the
like,
creepy, pervy bastards.
I really like it.
I hated it.
I know you did. And that made me so happy.
But I like crows, that's the thing. It's not all birds, but I do like crows. But then if there's a flock of crows trying to peck at me, I'm going to be a bit frightened, terrified.
Yeah. There's another quote.
I want me bum energy. Instead of drinking it.
I also like they were talking about Four and his fears. He's probably afraid of marshmallows and really bright sunrises or something.
Terrifying.
Marshmallows. Anyway.
I ate a huge marshmallow yesterday. It was very delightful. It was sugar.
Okay.
Is it time?
It's time!
Pew, 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 pew. Would you rather? We asked on social media, would you rather be tested physically, emotionally, or mentally? And on Facebook, on our Fictional Hangover page, 77% said mentally. On the book club, 42% said mentally and 42% said emotionally, so it was a tie to win there. And on Instagram, it was 100% mentally. We have quite a few comments.
We do. We have some good ones.
Emily said, I would go mentally because I'm a smart person. I can figure out most things in a reasonable amount of time.
Annie says, while I often appear silly and frivolous, I am a fairly practical person and don't feel that I'm overly ruled by emotions. Probably because I'm Gen X, and we learned early on to take care of ourselves and distrust authority. I think I could handle the emotional test best.
Good answer.
I like it.
Drew, all of them will make me cry anyway, so might as well choose emotionally to get it out of the way. Oh, bless you, Drew. Bless you.
All of them will make me cry. Cindy says, mentally, I'm the most stable, I think.
Fiona said, I'm in trouble anyway.
Bree says, my brain is the only strong thing I've got going for me right now. Yay, gifted kid syndrome. Physically, I constantly blame objects for attacking me. I run into them, don't tell anybody. And emotionally, if I don't get a sweet treat now and again, I'm likely to fall into a good overthink and doom spiral.
And Candace said, I'm so over being tested emotionally and mentally rattly, so I'll go physically.
Coral Reef Book Reads says, definitely no, physical is right out the window, so nope on that. And I'm a Cancer, so I'm highly emotional. Probably couldn't handle that either, so I will have to go with mentally.
Trina Reed said, firstly, physically testing right is right out. Walk at a brisk pace and test enough in that area. And emotionally, I'd probably crumble faster than a digestive Dunkin' tea. Oh, that's bad.
Excessively British.
So it would have to be mentally. I might fail, but at least I'd make it through the test.
Glam Glam Jen says, mentally. My previous Memphis job was a fire hellscape that burned the humanity out of me. Bring on the mental testing. Now I'm invincible.
Terrifying and also in awe.
Yes. And also, I'm pretty sure, even though she didn't say it, that her werewolf boyfriend Jacob Black is involved.
Oh, he'll be there to support her, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Arietta Charles said, I wish I had a smarty pants answer, but the state of the world feels like that right now. A test.
Yes.
Ooh.
Finally, Conjuries 1108, which is superfan Corey, says, emotionally and mentally. Physically just makes me sick thinking about it. Why do I need to run and stuff? I'm witty and funny, meaning I win, ultimately.
Ooh, good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Some very good answers this week.
Yes, I love it.
Yes. Well, physically is gone. I didn't even want to walk up 3 flights of stairs in the discussion earlier, never mind. I'm going to go emotionally because I feel like I can compartmentalise my emotions.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Whereas mentally, I feel like if I did really badly, I'd probably kick myself about that more.
Yeah.
Like, that would play on me. That would bug me. I don't feel like I'm an intelligent person, but I feel like I have some logic to us, and I've got to have something about me, but I'd be too scared about failing mentally. So, like, yeah, I just think I can compartmentalise emotionally a bit better and regulate that a bit more.
Yeah. I think my dead inside would help me successfully pass through an emotional test.
Well, that's it. Even if you only had like 0.5 in emotion, it's not going to be like an extravagant outburst.
Yeah.
Yeah, useful.
Next question. I feel like this is just like too basic.
Okay.
So I might want to change it up a little bit.
Oh.
The next question that we had written here is, which faction would you rather be in?
Okay.
Which, I mean, I'm pretty sure that we would both choose erudite.
Yes, correct.
So I think, what if we change it a little bit to, it's still basically which faction you would rather be in, but like I kind of want to base it on their outfits because we didn't mention this in the summary, but they all wear colors. So the Abnegation have to wear gray, and Dauntless wear black, and Erudite wear blue, Amity wear red and yellow, and Candor wear black and white. So based solely on your outfit, which faction would you rather be in?
Instinctively, I'm going black, but my knees also hurt at that answer, which is Dauntless.
Yeah. But you could choose Candor and do black and white.
No, because I don't want to look like a waiter.
Well, you could wear stripes. You could be a referee.
Oh, then I would look like a mime. You're
Or
not
a
selling this to
mime?
me. No. No. Mime's the worst kind of clown.
Like a mime.
I mean, it will come with a beret. That's a selling point. I do like a hat.
Yeah.
Not red and yellow. That's even more clownish. That's going down the McDonald's route. Clownish.
Yeah.
Yeah, red and yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, let's cut that out. That's Amity, isn't it? Gone.
Yeah.
Which one's blue? Is that
Erudite.
Candor? Erudite.
And also they wear glasses. But like
I mean, that's a necessity.
I can't remember if they wear glasses, like if they all have to wear glasses, if that's just in the movie or
No, it was in the book as well, because
No,
she's
I'm-
like, why is Caleb wearing glasses? He's never had to wear glasses before.
yeah.
And then she
she-
specifically says that Janine
Janine.
Janine's
She wears
wearing
them
glasses
probably
as well.
just to look smart.
yeah. So it's part of the costume.
But I don't know if it's required or if it's just
Well, I'm going to have to wear them
If you choose
anyway.
an accessory, you may only choose glasses.
Right, Amnity's gone. Is it just the outfit, or do I have to think about the faction as well?
No, let's just think about the outfits.
Okay, then Dauntless for black. Black is slimming, black goes with everything. And plus you can either have black is like really practical, you know, jeans and t-shirts, leggings,
No.
or you can have like black dresses,
Yeah.
you know,
The staple,
Classic.
the little black dress.
staple, it's classic.
Yeah. I think I like the mime look. So I might go Candor. I might go black and white.
And that's this week's cosplay.
I
Amanda
like
dressed
mimes.
as a mime. Holding a bum energy drink.
Man, if they would just send us like $1 or something to be funny, it would be great.
One case of bum energy drink's going to be delivered to your house.
Yeah. What's our next question?
I'm just laughing at this. Anyways, would you rather learn to throw knives or shoot a gun?
Guns
Throw
are
knives.
guns are too loud. I would rather throw a knife.
Throw knives. It's more dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine going to the Ren Fair and with that mad-ass skill.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanna
Or
throw a knife.
cosplay would like up it a notch.
Yeah.
I don't want to shoot a gun. I'm too British for that.
I don't like guns.
No. They look horribly heavy and cumbersome and stupid. Guns are stupid. There, I said it.
I agree, they're stupid. Yeah, I want to throw knives.
Cool. Especially if there's muffins involved.
I don't want to throw a knife in that situation.
If you're skilled enough, you would.
If I'm skilled enough, I would. But in that case, I will take the gun.
So, bonus would you rather for this question. Would you rather be the person who throws the knife at the muffin, or would you rather be the person with the muffin on their head?
If it was a fake gun, I'll wear the muffin on my head. But if it's a real knife, I'm throwing it. Because if I get hit with a real knife in the eye, like Edward...
But this is the Uriah and Marlene situation.
I am aware, but they're shooting fake guns. They're not throwing knives. This is not for throwing a knife at Triss.
But there's a muffin on your head.
But there's a muffin on my head.
And it's whatever flavour muffin you want it to be. Because at the end, you get to eat it.
Yeah.
And the 5-second rule kicks in as well. You don't get floating.
I do really appreciate that. And Uriah was like, ew, gross, don't eat that. And she's like, meh.
I'm dauntless.
Dauntless.
I'm dauntlessly eating a muffin.
Yes. Oh, it's another good cosplay. Dauntlessly eating a muffin.
Just standing there with a muffin on your head.
And then aggressively, with anger in my eyes and bravery in my chest, eating a muffin.
Yes.
How do you bravely eat a muffin?
You put the entire thing in your mouth at the same time. And it's got to be like not like tiny little
it's
snap
a big
muffin. It's got to be a big one. It's got to be essentially got to be the size of your head. When I was at college, we had these huge chocolate muffins. They were massive. Like if you got a cup, I'm holding a cup up for people who were watching this. It was bigger than this cup.
It's big.
The muffin was freaking huge. And me and my friends would get these muffins all the time and share them because they were that big. We'd eat them with knives and forks that were that big. And that's the muffin that I had in my head when I got to the scene. Not the regular muffins I have had in the amount of years since being in college.
Sure.
It was this specific chocolate muffin that came with chocolate ganache covering the top in my head. It was essentially a mini cake. It was like a full cake just sliced down slightly. It was freaking huge. So there you go. That was what my head when I was reading this.
That's good. Next question. We asked like 8 questions just then. We've already asked at least 5, but we're going to keep going.
Yes.
Which of 4's 4 fear landscapes would you rather face? You're up real high. You're in a shrinking room. You are shooting
beaten by your father.
Or being beaten by your father. Or an authority figure. Either way.
Not the beaten by father, that sucks. Don't like the shrinking room either. Probably the shooting someone, because I could just put the gun down.
Yeah. Yeah.
As the simplest explanation of getting out of that simulation, because I'm divergent, don't you know?
Right, of course. Of course.
The easiest thing would be, well, I don't have to shoot you, I'm just going to put the gun down.
Yeah.
And then if you're an aggressor, that changes the situation.
Right. Yeah. I think I'd probably be most okay with the shrinking room. But also, I'm a divergent. I can get out of any of these. The one that I would least want to face is heights, because I am also terrified of heights.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So I do not choose that one.
No.
I think I'd go shrinking room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question, unless we decide to find some more. Would you rather find out your mother is from your new faction, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, prospective partner, the person you like, is from your old faction? You didn't realise even there's only 2 years difference between you.
I know that was not it. I think I'd probably rather find out that my mom is from a new faction. Especially in this case because, like, Triss... I don't really know how, like, she felt about her parents, you know? And, like, at the beginning, she's thinking, like, oh, well, why is my mom not getting on to me for doing this? Like, whatever. And then she's also thinking about how her mom is so selfless. And she's a perfect engaged, blah, blah, blah. I think it would be cool to figure out, like, oh, actually, she's not. And she's, like, secretly covered in tattoos. She's not covered, but she does have tattoos, which I did appreciate that as well.
Yes.
Although that's weird to me because she did not go through the initiation, which means she was tattooed prior to being 16. So, what would your childhood tattoo be?
Oh, God. That's a dodgy cartoon character right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think I would probably rather find that out. Find out that my mom was in my old faction.
I agree, because I think it would be more fun to find out that your mum's actually... It's a realisation that you're like, hang on, my mum's actually cool? Whoa.
Yeah. Are you actually a badass?
The answer is yes. But then you die.
Yeah.
But not in my canon. In my head canon, Triss dies and Natalie goes on.
Yes. Yeah.
I would love that. That would be amazing. Why can't somebody like start writing a book where it's from the kid's perspective, but actually the kid drops off and you're turning into the adult and you're like, you know what? As an adult, I appreciate that. What we need is more middle-aged superheroes. None of these young'uns who don't know what they're doing.
No. Well, I mean, we've said 1,000 times that we need to write all of these books. Maybe this is the one that we need to write.
It might be. One day. One day. Fictional Hangover have its own publication house as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all of our superfans will be our employees because it'd be easier.
Yes. We'd have a lot of beta readers, though.
Oh, heck yeah.
And a subpar audiobook.
Oh, no! That's only if I'm doing the audiobook.
Every word would be pronounced different.
Every word would be different because why the hell's not?
Okay. If you liked this, try this.
There was foreshadowing earlier.
There was.
I'm going into the Fictional Hangover archives again because that's my theme lately. And you can either go to Fictional Hangover episode 2.
Oh, God. Did you really do it?
Or you can go to Fictional Hangovers episode 119 for the selection by Kira Cass.
My heart is confused.
I would suggest 119 because at least you have the detail of the summary and each book is covered separately.
Yes. My heart is confused.
My heart is confused.
Please buy that shirt on Redbubble.
It feels like this was just 5 minutes ago when we started doing that, but alas, we're in episode 409 and that was episode 119.
Yes.
So the summary from Goodreads, or just go to the episode and listen to it because
those were fun.
We're
episodes.
delightful.
Yes,
we're delightful.
Those were fun.
They were. For 35 years, the selection is the chance of a lifetime, the opportunity to escape the life laid out for them since birth, to be swept up in the world of glittering gowns and priceless jewels, to live in a palace and compete for the heart of the gorgeous Prince Maxon. Oh! But for America Singer, being selected is a nightmare. It means turning her back on her secret love with Aspen, who is a caste below her, leaving her home to enter a fierce competition for a crown she doesn't want, living in a palace that is constantly threatened by violent rebel attacks. Then America meets Prince Maxon. Gradually she starts to question all the plans she's made for herself and realises that the life she's always dreamed of may not compare to the future she never imagined. My heart is so...
Heart is confused.
I'm so confused.
My heart is confused.
Oh my god, my heart is confused. Yeah, go and listen to the episodes.
Oh, it was so fun.
Delightful.
Oh, it really was.
What do you have?
Shocking everyone. Because I have been lamenting every time you have done it in the past several episodes, because it is a dream of mine to make this an actual segment of the show. I am also going into the before times.
Oh.
But into the before times. I am going to suggest, which I didn't look up which episode number it is, I'm sorry, but also don't go to listen to those because they're... Anyway, I'm going to suggest The Testing by Joelle Charbonneau.
It's not as early as episode number 2.
It's not as early as episode number 2.
It's number 15.
Yeah, okay. What's episode 3?
Episode 3?
I mean, I could just as easily look this up, but...
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
You carry on, I'll have a look.
Okay. Because we've already recovered episodes 1 and 2, is what I'm getting at here. Because number 1 was the Raven Boys. Anyway. I really enjoyed this one when I read it. The Testing. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Isn't that what they say? But how close is too close, when they may be one and the same? The 7 Stages War left much of the planet a charred wasteland. The future belongs to the next generation's chosen few who must rebuild it. But to enter this elite group, candidates must first pass the testing, their one chance at a college education and a rewarding career. Sia Vale is honored to be chosen as a testing candidate, eager to prove her worthiness as a university student and future leader of the United Commonwealth. But on the eve of her departure, her father's advice hints at a darker side to her upcoming studies. Trust no one. But surely she can trust Tomas, her handsome childhood friend who offers an alliance. Tomas, who seems to care more about her with the passing of every grueling and deadly day of the testing. To survive, Sia must choose love without truth or life without trust.
Oh.
Those are really fun. That was another fun dystopian trilogy.
Nice.
I liked them.
Episode 3 was The Madman's Daughter.
Oh, those were so good too. You would love those.
Yeah, might have to go back through. Episode 15 was The Testing. 16 was Divergent. If you want to go back to that one. Another couple of dystopian futures. Episode 6 was The Hunger Games, and episode 9 was Maze Runner.
Oh. I love all of those books. We might have to do it.
Should the theme be, and do we need to poll this, whether it's the before times where we just go back to all the episodes and redo them, or YA dystopian, or is it a bit of both?
I mean, a lot of them at that time were dystopian, so
yeah,
could hit 2 birds with 1 stone and just doing the before times.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Give me a new and indie spotlight.
Okay. The new and indie spotlight. I had to make a note to myself. Save the 6th faction for our Allegiant episode. Because the 6th faction is the whole reason really why we're even doing these. But if you will recall last week, I talked about how we got an email and it had 2 really, really fun and good sounding books in it, and that I was excited about them. So this is the other one from that email that we got.
Uh-huh.
This one is called Gingerbread Bones.
Ooh!
Doesn't that sound fun? It comes out on August 4th, so couldn't do new and indie spotlights for both of these because, like, August is, like, next week. So we didn't have enough time to get those. But this one also sounds really good to me. And so I just want to do a shout out to Joanne Raymond, is the publicist who sent us these. So I just really want her to know that we appreciate her. Thank you, Joanne, for sending us these recommendations. So this one, Gingerbread Bones, comes out August 4th. It's by Lindsay Lovis. I'm sorry if I said that name incorrectly. It is a YA paranormal mystery and suspense novel in which a wilderness reality show turns deadly after the counselors disappear and an unseen force begins hunting the remaining teens one by one.
Sign me up.
That's the selling point that we got in the email.
I don't want to know anything else. I don't need to know anything else. Sign me up. I'm going to look at the cover. I need to look at the cover of this one now.
Yes. So, Joanne Raymond, again, you get an applause from us.
You get multiple Fictional Hangover points.
Yes. I am going to share the full summary from Goodreads, though.
Okay. I'm looking at the cover anyways.
But, like, oh my gosh, how did she sold those to us? I know, Claire.
I love the cover.
So the summary. When 16-year-old Georgie and her troublemaking brother are shipped off to the wilderness for their stepmother's newest reality show, Georgie is convinced it'll be the worst experience of her life. 2 weeks, no phones, hiking, camping, cameras catching every humiliating second. Then she meets Mac Gray, tattooed, unreadable, and among a cast of kids already branded as trouble, he's the one she's sure is dangerous. Like, how is that not a perfect fit for this episode? One night, the counselors are chanting affirmations around the fire.
Oh, gosh.
By morning, they're gone.
Womp womp.
But the kids are not alone. Georgie can feel it, stalking them from the shadows, watching, waiting, picking them off one by one. Whatever it isn't just hunting, it's playing. And in this game, there seems to be only one ending. No one gets out alive.
Right. That sounds freaking phenomenal. I love it. In all ways, shapes and forms.
Yes.
And I'm really upset. I'm upset, Amanda, and I need my emotions to be acknowledged, even though I can compartmentalise them.
Okay.
This is released on the 4th of August. It's set in the freaking woods, right?
Yeah.
And do you know what theme we have in September? Into the woods.
I know.
Is it too soon to cover it?
I really feel like it is. It's not fair. It's not fair for us
if we made it the third or fourth
It's not
week?
fair if we spoil them immediately.
But right. Okay, hear me out. September's a 5-week month. We could make it week 3, so then it's over. It's like nearly 2 months.
It's a month and a half away.
Yeah.
I know. We can discuss it, but I just feel like it's too soon to spoil it immediately. It's not fair. I know, but look, we're hyping it right now, so everyone go out and buy
October? What about October, which is slasher movie?
This could be a good slasher.
And then it's October.
That's a little bit of
2
time.
months.
Yeah, it's a little bit of time. We'll
Just
figure
put
it out.
Out there. Because
We'll figure it out.
Gingerbread Bones.
I know.
Thank you for acknowledging me.
Yes.
I feel
Also,
safe.
again, just want to Joanne Raymond from Entangled Publishing.
Knocking it at the park again.
Way to go. Okay. That's it for this episode of Fictional Hangover. Finally, 2.5 hours in.
Until next month when we do a more.
Ooh, yes. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Claire.
Join us next time as we discuss a new and indie spotlight that we covered a while back. Sister Creatures by Laura Venita Green. We loved Laura when she was on our new and indie
Laura's
spotlight.
the sweetest.
So good. So go and listen to that new and indie spotlight episode to get caught up.
Yes.
Also go read the book. Look out for our Would You Rather polls and monthly challenges on social media. Don't forget about our book club on Discord. Be sure to visit our shop on Redbubble at fictionalhangover.redbubble.com for all your favorite Fictional Hangover themed merchandise, and become a patron of ours on Patreon at patreon.com/fictionalhangover. Until next time, remember, the only cure for a fictional hangover is another book.
You can find us at fictionalhangover.com and follow us on all social media at Fictional Hangover. If you like this episode, check out our others and be sure to rate, review and subscribe so you don't miss out. Thanks for listening.